Hello folks, welcome to, I guess, an essential mod by VR covers that I'm going to cover on the channel today. And this is for any of you Vive Pro 2 owners out there, or perhaps you're thinking of getting one, because it is a very nice headset. I still love it, trust me. I know I have a bit of a moan about it from time to time, but generally speaking, it's got amazing colours, an incredible crisp display, and a really nice field of view. In some ways it is actually like, you know, a Reverb G2 with a better field of view and better software. But anyway, I'm digressing already. But the only thing about the headset, in fact the worst thing for me, is this. The dreaded foam pad that comes with it. I don't know what HTC were thinking about. Maybe they was thinking of getting, you know, making sure there's plenty of eye relief. But then there is an eye relief slider, so I don't know. But the first thing you need to do is basically take this off your HTC Vive Pro and do this. And throw it in the bin. And then go to VR covers and get yourself a brand new VR foam pad. Actually, the Vive Pro original pad is what we're going to be reviewing today. I haven't actually tried this yet. I've been using a Quest 2 pad. But this one, in fact, I'll put some close-up images of it now. You get two pads in the pack, and as you can see, they look really good with that VR logo cover, made of leather and the usual high quality that you would expect from VR covers, I must admit. But the two that you get, one of them's slightly thinner, and that's the one I'm interested in today, since the Vive Pro 2 boasts that 120 degrees field of view. I want to see if I can get pretty much, you know, a much wider field of view, the best I possibly can with that foam pad. But if you prefer a little bit more comfort, a little more padding, then you do have the option for the thicker one. There's also, as well, a basically a replacement head pad, which I've also got on the Vive Pro 2. And you can see there, it looks really nice and really sets off the headset. We're going to be using both of those today for a bit of a test flight in, let's say, oh, I don't know, should we go for... Well, it's got to be Microsoft Flight Simulator, hasn't it, really? In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to go for a 2-hour flight. I like to do these tests. But, of course, for this video, you don't need to watch a 2-hour test flight. I'm going to edit it together, so it's only going to be another 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, welcome back, guys. We're in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're actually at Dublin, and we're going to head over to Southend, where the weather isn't looking great, but hopefully it will clear by the time we get there. It's going to be about an hour and a bit, I think, actually, so that should be more than enough for me to gauge what this VR cover feels like on the Vive Pro 2. You also might notice that I've suddenly gained some more facial hair, and I've changed clothes. That's because this video, this part of the video, is actually about a couple of weeks later. But there we are. My sort of continuity skills need work. But anyway, we're going to take off now in the CJ4 in Sim Update 5. I nearly said 6 then, getting ahead of myself. And yeah, let's just enjoy what this might feel like with this new VR cover. Beautiful. Oh, this sim. Anyway. Oh, hang on. Actually, I want to show you something. Look what happens with the Vive Pro 2. Watch this. I'm not sure if it's... Oh, God. Can you see how the dialog box... You might not be able to see that on the screen. It actually... I have to reset it every time I use the Vive Pro 2, the actual toolbar. Otherwise, I get double vision. That's a really weird issue with the Vive Pro 2 that I've noticed. But I have to say, the screen in this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Right, I'm going to settle into this flight, and I will see you the other side at Southend in just over an hour's time. So welcome back, folks. It's funny, you know, it actually was a longer flight. We've been in the air about an hour and 20 minutes because of the weather, and I'm just trying to pick my spot here because we're just doing a circuit at Southend, and the weather, I mean, it's very impressive, but it's also very difficult to traverse. This is Sim Update 5, by the way, and it's looking amazing, I think. But yeah, we're just about to head onto base and then finals. What has been my impressions of an hour and 20 minutes with the VR Covers foam pad? Well, I have to say it definitely makes a huge difference compared to stock, but I think any pad would make a difference compared to stock, even the Quest 2 one. But this just has a bit more padding where you need it, so it's actually really comfortable. But I must admit, I do feel that because this is designed for the Vive Pro, that they could do with having a bit of a rethink in terms of sort of trying to mitigate some of that really sort of squashed field of view, vertical field of view. If there's a way of making the pad a little bit more thinner, then it might just give you a bit more of a range. So that's my thinking. I'm also quite shocked as well how warm. Where the hell am I going? I've lost where I'm going now. The weather is really closed in here, guys. I'm going to have to go around, I think, because I've completely lost my visual reference point for the airfield. But yeah, the Vive Pro 2 gets really hot. I've said this a few times on various videos, and it's a shame. I'm getting a bit hot in this thing, actually, and I'm really wanting to land. But right now, the weather is against me. I think we're going to have to go around here, guys, because I've totally lost where the airfield is, and I don't have an ILS dialed in either. I think I'm going to have to circle the airfield until that shower passes through, so I'll see you in a few moments' time. Oh my goodness me. Okay, so the weather is starting to clear a little bit, but I'm still struggling to find the runway here. And the flight has now been an hour and 40 minutes, which is a good test. I have to say that the VR Covers foam pad makes a huge difference to 3 vital areas. 1, the field of view is definitely better, particularly in the Vive Pro 2. You really get a much wider field of view. I think I'm getting about 117 degrees here, which is pretty impressive, actually. Number 2, surprisingly, it's a sweet spot. Because I am closer to the lenses, that means that really tiny sweet spot, because it really is small in the Vive Pro 2, feels a bit bigger. It's more like a sort of G1. I wouldn't say a G2, but more like a Reverb G1. And finally, my last point is that it's just really comfortable. A lot more comfortable than the stock pad, and particularly I've been using a Quest 2 pad, and that is a little bit too thin. So I think this is quite a happy medium. The thing is, though, I have noticed that the Vive Pro 2, there's the runway, oh my goodness me. Well, there's not a lot of interest I've found, particularly in my channel and other channels, and in general, there is not a massive interest for the Vive Pro 2. I don't think it's been the success that HTC was hoping for, and that is because it does fall down, oh my goodness me, like we are right now, in a few vital areas. The small sweet spot, the lens glare, sorry I'm trying to talk and fly at the same time, never a good really idea, but also the heat from this thing. I've been flying for well over an hour and a half, and I can't wait to get this thing off. So I'm going to end the video here. I will put a link in the description below of where you can find the VR cover for the Vive Pro 2. It's definitely a must-have if you do have this headset. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye-bye for now. Take care.